Hi and welcome to Scuba Diving Earth. My name is Russell Bowyer and today I'm going to be talking about air consumption. There's 3 videos in this series. This is the second, is about what you can do yourself. The one I've already done is about kit, and the third one is actions you can take. And towards the end of the video there'll be a link that comes up here that will take you to one of the other ones, and they'll link around, so depending on which one you end up watching first, depending on what you search for and how you found this video, it'd be important to watch all 3 of them. And why is that important? Because you want to be able to spend as much time as possible underwater. Scuba diving is expensive, and when you pay for a dive you want to get the most value out of that. And it's particularly close to my heart because I'm a big guy. You can't probably see it with me sitting down. I'm 6'6", around about 250 pounds, and I'm 27% bigger than the average scuba diver. Now, you can't help but notice, but there's a big dive cylinder tank here, and I dive, or when I dive on a dive boat, I'm diving with the same amount of air as everybody else, including the average person. And so I have to be that much more efficient with the air that I've got, because I don't have any more unless I go with a 15 litre, which is sometimes what happens, or if I go for a twin set, so I'm doubling the amount of air to make my dive last that little bit longer. So hopefully with all these tips that I've made, I think there's probably around about 20 odd tips in total from the 3 different videos, that will make you that little bit better, making your air last longer. And so as you go through your scuba diving experiences, you improve the time you're underwater, and therefore you enjoy it that little bit more. So this one is about the things that you can do yourself to improve your air consumption. So let me just put that to one side. So the very first one to consider is about being relaxed. Now, many people when they first start diving are very tense, and that's natural because you're going into a foreign environment. You know, we breathe air naturally here as I'm talking to you and as you're listening, assuming you're not watching this underwater. And when you first go down, or when you're about to first go down, the heart rate will be pumping, and if your heart rate is pumping, you're going to be consuming more oxygen, and hence you're going to be breathing more gas. Now I say gas, actually I've been talking about air, but it's actually gas, because this can be filled with essentially 3 different types of gas. Normal atmospheric air, which is what you and I are breathing now. It can be nitrox, which is enriched with extra oxygen, or trimix, but that's more for advanced divers. So if you're not relaxed, which comes over time with experience, you'll be breathing more heavily and you'll be using up more oxygen, and therefore you'll be consuming that air just that little bit more. And just as a side, just to understand how a mammal works in terms of its respiration and breathing, it's not, you don't breathe, or the requirement of your body saying I need to breathe is not just about requiring more oxygen. It's about the build-up of carbon dioxide in your blood, and when you breathe in, you take in the air and the oxygen is taken out. But when you breathe out, any carbon dioxide that's come out and into your lungs comes out, and that's what gives you that reflex that you want to breathe, to actually release that carbon dioxide from your body. So by breathing, by staying relaxed, you're going to be doing less breathing, and you'll be building up less carbon dioxide and requiring less oxygen, so to stay calm. And little things that can help with that is, getting a good night's sleep the night before you dive, arriving early, and getting your stuff, all your kitted up well in time, so you're there ready for the dive briefing. You don't want to be kitting up when the dive briefing is going on, because you'll be not listening, not paying attention, and that will make the whole thing more stressful, because you'll be going in water thinking, well, I don't know what I'm doing, because you didn't listen to the briefing and things like that. And if you are a little bit nervous, don't worry about that. tell the diving instructor that you're feeling nervous, and they will help you and stay by you, and it's over time then that will come to you, and so on. So staying relaxed is very important to reducing your air consumption. Number 2 is about breathing, and it's about breathing slowly and regularly. So what you don't want to do is be like a choo-choo train and like going I mean, it doesn't matter how much air we consume here because there's plenty of it. But again, you're limited to this. So if you're breathing really heavily, you're going to be going through this like nobody's business, and within about 10 minutes you'll be back to the surface, and that'll be it, your dive over. So one of the techniques that people talk about is to breathe in the same length of time as you breathe out. Now this will be a bit of a foreign way to breathe because you're having to really think about what you're doing. And I suggest that you start off with probably using the 3-second rule. So breathe in on the count of 3 slowly, and then breathe out on the count of 3 slowly. And you might want to practice this before you're actually diving. And when you're on the dive, just be really conscious. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, breathe out 1, 2, 3, and so on. And as you're comfortable with that, increase that to maybe breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, breathing out 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And just keep improving that. And over time, by having this sort of constant in and out, of extending that time of breathing, slowly breathing in, slowly breathing out, your air consumption will definitely improve, and you'll increase the length of your dive. Number 3, diving is all about taking everything slowly. It's about swimming slowly, not flailing your arms around and so on, just taking it very gently, because water is very dense, and to try and push your way through it, if you try and really push hard through it, before you know it, you're going to be out of air very, very quickly. So you don't, for example, if you've got any currents running, you certainly don't want to be swimming against the current. You should always go with the current. That would be a drift dive. There's only certain situations where you want to go against the current. It might be at the end of a dive where, where you're about to come up, you have to swim to that. But most times you'll just go with the flow, because within a very short space of time of swimming into a current, you will be out of breath, you'll be panting, and that air will be being sucked away, or that gas I should say, be sucked away, and it won't last very long. Number 4 is about being fit. The fitter you are, the less breathing you'll do, basically, because your body is fitter. The respiration rate improves, so therefore you'll be breathing in less gas and breathing out less gas, so therefore your air consumption will reduce and your dive time will increase. Now, not everyone's into fitness. Not everyone likes to do it, so it's up to you. But it's a way that you can improve your diving by staying fit. Following on from that, actually, fitness, and believe it or not, diving more, so number 5, dive more, does improve your air consumption. And it's all about, some of the things I've said before. So the more you dive and you practice the breathing techniques, diving will make you dive fit, because even though you're taking everything slowly, you're still burning calories. I mean, an average dive, you probably burn around about 400 or 500 calories. Most of that is from weight loss. From heat loss, I should say, not weight loss. That would be great, wouldn't it? Put that up as a fitness video. Go diving for weight loss. Ultimately you would, because of course you're burning calories, and if you're burning more calories than you're eating in, then you will lose weight. This is not a weight loss video, by the way. So diving more will improve your air consumption, because think about it, if you have been on many resort dives or on a liveaboard or dive boat, there's not many instructors that run out of air. Most instructors that I dive with can do 2 dives on the 1 tank to my 2 tanks, because they don't breathe, which is actually amazing, really. But that's because they're diving day in, day out, at least 2 dives every single day, and the body gets used to it. Now, whilst I said this is not a weight loss video, one of the things that will improve air consumption is losing weight. I don't want to, go say too much about that, but I think it just goes without saying. I am a big person, so 250 pounds, so therefore there's more of me. So the more of you there is, the more oxygen your body needs, the more carbon dioxide is produced, so therefore you'll breathe more, and of course you'll go through your gas that little bit quicker. So if you are overweight, fine if that's how you want to be, but of course that will affect your air consumption. The other thing, number 7, is also about smoking. Smoking or using vapes will affect your air consumption, there's no doubt, because obviously any of the nicotine that gets built up into your lungs will make your lungs less efficient. Again, it's not about this is not about how to quit smoking at all. I'm just telling you as it is. So I'm not telling you should quit, but it's just saying that will affect you. There's many divers who have quit smoking, and they've commented that their air consumption has improved significantly after giving up smoking. Please comment below if that's been yourself, and perhaps say to me and anyone else listening to this or reading the comments below how much your air consumption improved by doing any of these, or if you've got any other tips that you can that's worked for you. Please do comment below. That's very much appreciated. So they're the 7 tips that you can do for yourself to improve your air consumption when you're scuba diving, or suck less air scuba diving. I'm not sure I like that expression, but it's an expression that people do use. But if you've enjoyed this video and you've learned something, please give us a thumbs up. Like I say, if you've got any questions or comments, please pop them below. And if you want to listen to more videos like this, I'm going to be doing lots of videos on tips about scuba diving. Please subscribe to the channel, because then you'll be informed of any new videos that come out. And thank you very much for listening. My name is Russell Bowyer from Scuba Diving Earth. Take care and happy diving. Bye for now.